What do you feel would be helpful for military spouses and families to help being able to cope with these issues in a more healthy manner? I mean, that you've been on the inside, you know, we treat and work with those families, but what do you feel would be more helpful that isn't being done?
And it's crazy to say, but I didn't know there were resources for the spouses to go to talk about these real world problems and how to cope and adapt. I know that the military people go through, you know, I don't know if it's reintegration or how to
Warrior transition.
Transition back, you know, into a normal day-to-day lifestyle. But I didn't know there were, I guess I didn't know to ask the questions, or I didn't know the resources were out there to help me as somebody who didn't go anywhere to deal with what they, I don't.
So they don't explain
They don't
clearly that there are resources for dependents
No.
to help them.
And because I didn't
transition.
live on base, maybe they are advertised or talked about more there, but I, you know, live 55 miles from the base. I didn't know there were options for me to get help through some of these issues.
Well, and for the people who are reservists and their families, or National Guard and their families.
Yeah, it's even less.
Yeah, because, you know, you come back from a deployment, you go back home, and your family has not been among others, and suddenly you're there alone and you're not close to a base. So your experience is not atypical of those people who don't live on base. There are more resources available when you live on base because people share more of that, but there's also lots of stuff outside. You know, a good search on the internet is going to lead you to some good federal sites with lots of information, and will help you. There's counseling available for everybody at no cost. That's available no matter where you live. So there's resources.
Yeah, Military One Source and other places like that. But
Yeah.
they're there. But I think what you're saying is
I didn't know they were
the
there.
communication to the families, be it a reservist,
Yeah.
which is we're finding a lot throughout the country, National Guard reservists that are deploying, they're not getting the word of what's available for the family members. Like you said, many of the military members, they receive some token of assistance to help them.